Do you love the idea of taking a scooter on a last-mile commute, but have no idea how you would charge it back up when you got there? Well, we have a scooter with a really unique feature, a removable battery. I'm Zach Duktakis. Now let's review the Turboant X7. Now let's review. This scooter looks good and gets around. Right away from when we opened the box, we were impressed with the care put into this product. They have thoughtful inserts in the box as you unpack it, telling to charge it back up and inflate the tires before your first ride, and that if anything is wrong with the product, to contact them immediately. Turboant has a bunch of cool features. 350-watt motor, 20-mile-per-hour top speed, 16-mile stated range, 36-volt, 6.4 amp-hour removable battery, foldable and portable, 8.5-inch tubeless pneumatic front and rear tires, cruise control, aluminum alloy frame, LED headlight, and an LED display. The scooter is very simple. In order to turn it on, simply hold the power button for a few seconds. You can cycle through the 3 speed options by pressing the menu button. Start by kicking the scooter off, then push down the thumb throttle. Keep in mind that a bunch of scooter companies require you to kick off in order to engage the motor. Now, this is because it's a tremendous amount of energy for the scooter to start off on its own, whereas using your leg power to start the scooter really costs you nothing and can conserve a lot of battery. The scooter has 3 ways of braking. First of all, there is a gentle regenerative braking that is applied when you let off the throttle. This is just the motor electronically slowing you down to help reduce wear. But for most braking, I use the lever connected to the disc brake on the rear wheel, and for emergency braking, I'll use the stomp brake. Cruise control is engaged when the throttle is held for 6 seconds at your desired speed. You'll know it's on because the scooter will beep. When I'm riding around uninterrupted for a long time, I like to use this. But if I'm going to be making a lot of stops, like stop signs or lights, I tend to turn off this feature. The X7 is equipped with a 350-watt motor. The scooter has 3 modes of power, from 10 miles per hour to 20 miles per hour. You can cycle through these using the menu button, which also operates the headlight with 2 clicks. A nice way of cleaning up space for a simplistic design. We know how important range is to you, and that manufacturers' stated ranges are not always that helpful. So we test our scooters with real-world conditions. Turboant claims a 16-mile range, and using the top power level going about 18 miles per hour, I was only able to go about 6 miles on a cold day and hilly terrain. Every manufacturer's stated range is under ideal conditions, and had I been on the lowest speed level with flat ground, I would have gotten a lot farther, but I was still a bit disappointed that it only went 6 miles. The saving grace here is that you can take the battery out at each destination to easily charge back up. Although it isn't incredibly powerful, the X7 was still fun to ride, and it isn't incredibly fast, but it doesn't have to be. For a $500 scooter, I was pleased with the build quality. The LCD display is bright and able to be seen clearly in the daylight. The rubber-gripped handlebars have a good feel and screw on and off, which is a nice way to make the scooter more compact when storing or traveling. I love that they threaded them opposite so that both handles tighten under normal use. I wish there was a shock in place, but the scooter has tubeless air tires to help soften the ride. However, foamed airless tires and solid rubber tires would last longer, and you'd never have to worry about a flat. Then there's this gas cap-like mechanism that comes out revealing the battery. But be very careful when you're putting the cap back in when the battery's already out, because it can slide all the way down the tube and you'll lose it and you have to shake out the scooter. However, the club-shaped design of the battery itself does make me think that in an emergency situation, I could use it as an improvised weapon for self-defense. Turboant managed to get a removable battery in the front tube. The battery placement allowed for a lower deck height, which makes kicking off easier, which would be useful if you ever ran out of battery. The lack of suspension definitely isn't ideal, and if you're riding around in a city with lots of little bumps and cracks, then it's gonna be kind of uncomfortable. But if you're riding around on back, flat streets, then the air tires should help a little bit. The X7 also folds, and at only 30 pounds, you can easily pick it up and carry it. I love the design. The scooter looks very refined. With no battery in the board, the scooter sits low to the ground. I love the look of the throttle. It's big and bright red. I'm a huge fan. The display is integrated into the top tube and also acts as a cap for the battery compartment, and I found the whole thing to be very clever. There's an integrated headlight on the front tube of the scooter. It works well and illuminates the road in front of you. A removable battery is a huge deal to me, as this is not a feature typically found in a $500 price range. When storing this scooter in the colder months, I don't even have to worry about degrading the battery because that'll be inside with me where it's warm. If you work in an office, you can leave the scooter in the lobby or locked up downstairs while the battery is charging at your desk. We rate our eMobility products 1 to 10 on a 6-point scale. Power, 5. Although acceleration was fine, we weren't happy with the range. Durability, 6. Comfort, 5. No shocks, but still a good ride. Style, 8. A good-looking scooter. Unique features, 8. Value, 6. There are cheaper scooters with similar performance, but if you want a removable battery, then this is your buy. Thanks for watching. Now let's review. For more tech reviews, subscribe below. Please like, share, and comment any tech you'd like to see us review in the future.